Everybody, welcome to the Brink of Sanity, episode 424. Did you miss me, Mark?
What do you mean? We did a podcast last night. What are you talking about? I miss you.
Well, you didn't do the last Brink. You did the next podcast.
Oh my God. If anyone, please, if you listen to the interview with the Playboy Playmate who did not talk about posing for Playboy or didn't tell a single story.
She told some stories. She told a story about Hugh Hefner cheating at a game and her, like...
You really want to get into how terrible this interview? I mean, how wonderful this interview was?
I thought it was a good interview.
Were you not on the other end of listening?
Mr. C agreed that it was a good interview.
Really?
So we actually got feedback. We never get feedback, and we got feedback. So
you got feedback. I was on the show. I'll give you feedback. She wrote a book called Centerfolds. Wouldn't tell a single story about that. Was like, I talk too much about Playboy. Let me tell you about how a director raped me in 9/11. Those are some wonderful stories to tell. Also, I started a running club. Cheers.
Should I just edit this whole first minute out? Welcome to the Brink of Sanity, episode 424. Mark, did you miss me?
You really are gonna read it? Whatever. She's never gonna be sober enough to listen, Jay.
Oh my God.
She's not gonna listen, Jay. I'll stop talking about her, but she's not gonna listen. There's no way. You think she's gonna be like, that was a great time I had with Jay. I'm going to listen to the next episode of, what was that?
If she doesn't come on 3 basket cases because of you, I'm going to be so pissed.
Okay. She's not going to come on 3 basket cases. She took her 3 months to come on our show to promote a book from 8 years ago.
All right, I'm going to start recording again.
Are you?
I'm not using any of that.
Oh, God. Holy crap. Really? You're not going to use any of it, Jay?
No, I'm not going to use any of that.
Why not?
Why? Because I don't want her stumbling across this.
She's never going to listen.
I'm not even taking the chance.
Oh my God, Jay. You are a wuss.
Look,
the next time we start the show, I'm going to talk about your family.
Three basket cases is going to be huge, I'm telling you.
Oh. It's been a year, so you haven't recorded an episode. That's great, sure.
Well, I mean, it's better than recording an episode and then taking a year off. We're preparing. We're easing into it.
I'm going to be the first listener. I'm excited to hear.
3 basket cases. It's coming.
And I guarantee for 3 basket cases are better than one interview with a Playboy model from 1982.
It's coming this month. We're doing it.
I think I got angry during that interview.
I don't know why. I thought it was great. Anyway,
I can't believe you're restarting the episment, Jay.
I did already. So if you're listening, I cut out.
Wait, just start again, Jay. Let's start from a less angry place.
You want me to start again? Okay.
I don't know. You didn't play the music. What?
Okay. All right. I embedded the music, but yes. Okay. Here we go.
You embedded the music? How do I like? It's only been 15 years. I don't know how that works, Jay.
Okay. I'm gonna start again.
Are you starting again? Are we starting now? What are we doing? Keep going. Keep going.
Shush.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello, hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The big gang of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Everybody, welcome to episode 424 of the Brink of Sanity. Hey, Mark, did you miss me?
Jay has restarted the show 3 times because he has not liked how I opened the show 3 times, talking about. I'm not going to make Jay record the show again, but there was a recent episode where I had some comments about that I did not appear in this episode, and Jay does not like my comments about those episodes. Let's move on, Jay.
The funny thing is I'm lazy, and I only edited the audio version, and the live feed is still going to be up, so... Whatever happens, I'm not editing the live video. If you want to
find out what's making Jay so upset with me right now, go watch the live feed going to be on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm too lazy to edit everything. I edited the audio. I'm not going to edit the live video, which is the one that will probably be stumbled upon anyway. So
okay. So anyway, there's a video out there. You can tune in to find out why Jay is being cranky tonight. But anyway, we're doing Brink. And if anyone else is cranky out there, blame Jay, because Jay has sunk the global economy, because Jay had the gall to want to produce a game. Jay, why are you screwing the entire world over?
Well, every project that I do has to have like the financial gods smite me. So
Jay's like, I'm going to get like a game. I think I'm going to have to produce. Where's it going to be produced? In China, Jay?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, was, yeah. So Jay's like, you know how everything the last 30 years has been produced in China? I'm going to take a crack at having something produced in China. And the world's like, no,
Yep.
we're ending trade because Jay wants to do something.
So the Kickstarter didn't get funded. It got about halfway there. I found another production company that makes it feasible. But with the tariffs, I'm back to like needing what I needed before, where I didn't hit the goal. So
Jay's like, I only need $3,500. After the tariffs, I need $800,000.
Right.
So anyway,
so if the tariffs get rescinded, I might restart the Kickstarter and the game might happen. If the tariffs are there, then it was a fun experience writing 600 cards and then throwing it in the garbage.
300, Jay. I wrote 300 also, so.
Well,
Or some percentage, some close percentage of that.
let's not get crazy.
I've been happy to throw them away the whole time.
You wrote half of 2 categories. I'll give you full credit for that.
Oh, I
You
don't even
didn't know
care.
what taboo.
You-
You didn't even know what taboo was. You're like, I don't
neither
understand this
neither
category.
will anyone else, apparently, Jay.
You're like, I don't even understand this category.
It's true. I did get I taboo with the idea of taboo. Explain taboo to people, and I'll tell you how I misinterpreted it.
Taboo is you have to get somebody to say a word, and there's 5 taboo words that you're not allowed to say when you're trying to get people to say the secret word.
So, having not played taboo in years, I thought you had to use those 5 secret words to get someone to say. I thought it was like 5 words, and you have to try to get the person to say it using those 5 words. Literally the opposite of taboo. I thought it was.
But that would still come out with a good card. The card you wrote, I'm like, I don't understand what this is.
I don't need to go back through the cards, but it's the equivalent.
Because if you use those 5 words, that would be 5 good taboo words because it would make it more difficult to say. But whatever you did,
No,
I don't
I'm trying
know.
to use those 5. I thought those 5 words were hints.
No, but I mean, that's a good way to write the card because the first 5 things that come to your head you can't use. So that's
Right. I thought was the idea was to get them to say the word using the 5 hints. Basically, I thought the game wasn't taboo. I thought it was 5 hints. I thought the name of the game was 5 hints. That's really. I understand. I understand taboo as well as our global leader understands tariffs.
This is my writing partner.
I can't believe the game is not going better. So can I tell you how the tariffs are fucking me over? I don't want to talk about the politics of it, but do you want to know how they're going to fuck me over?
Valve caps. I mean, those dollar valve caps have to be at least $1.15 now.
Oh fuck! If I have to buy more valve caps, we're done.
I mean, maybe even $1.20 for those valve caps.
We're
now.
taking the bus, honey. I'm so sorry.
Is your ant poison made in China?
We're doing our kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a major project.
Yeah.
We have bought all the. We've already paid for, or at least put half the money down for all the appliances. But there's a lot of stuff you need to get.
Yeah.
I'm assuming most of it's not made in the good old USA. So I'm assuming we're kind of fucked on the kitchen, like them just getting supply. It was supposed to start around May in a few weeks. I am positive we're gonna be fucked by this.
Now,
Which, on the one hand, I'm happy just not to spend any of the money, but my wife still wants a new kitchen, so we're kind of fucked.
does the company exist? And are you getting products that actually exist? Because I remember your Full House water filter.
Yes, we're getting a new water filter for our kitchen.
You're gonna do it again. You guys drank.
Did I tell you about? Did I say on the air? I tell you about the story about when we went to get invitations for our wedding. Did I tell you this one?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're getting married.
We need Lorenzo here. Like he would know definitively if you told that story.
So I like first off, like when you're getting married, how involved are I guess you and Kat, like maybe you didn't have a big traditional wedding, but we had like a more of a traditional wedding.
Yeah.
And like getting married and like obviously the bride usually is more into it. So I'm just kind of going along with whatever she wants to do. And one of the things she wants to do is invitation. It used to be if anyone most people listening to the show were like, oh, invitations, you just send them out digitally. Well, back in the day, you used to send like these elaborate
Cards.
invitations out, their paper cards. Yeah.
They're like birthday cards that cost 5 times as much, right?
Yeah. Also, like, yeah, it's stupid. The whole thing's stupid. I also when we were getting married, the first weekend, like we were like my wife wanted to go look at places, like and she went with her. I was supposed to go with them to like go look at wedding venues. I was like, hey, I could do that, but I'm gonna go to Philadelphia to hang out with my friend and get drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, sure. I'm sure she was like just like, oh wow, happy to tell her parents that like the guy she's getting married can't even bother to look at the wedding venues. But they picked the wedding venue, and like I got a little bit of guilt trip, like, hey, you couldn't even go there for the pick the wedding venue. So I was like, I have to come to everything else. I went to the flowers, and I was like, holy fuck, I can't believe I'm looking at flowers. But one of the things was looking for wedding invitations. So we go to this place. The entire store, it's like a 2,000 square foot store. The entire store is invitations, and there are just so many goddamn options for invitations. Does that sound fun to you, Jay?
That sounds like hell, absolute hell.
Yeah. Anyway, like they're going through books. Her parents are going through books and books to decide what invitation would be best to start our marriage. I mean,
Totally a woman thing. A guy would just flip to the middle, point to one, and be like, "We're done."
yeah. I mean, it's also. Can you see how this wedding card invitation kind of thing went out of business, or just like how it switched to digital? Because fuck cares.
Well, not only that, it's like 18 million times the cost. Like,
Yeah. So just so stupid. Anyway,
you're spending like $5 per invite.
yeah, like it's also like they're like, oh, Mark, what do you think of this one? I'm like, just fucking. I want to say, I'm I don't want to say it's my in-laws because I just met them. I'm like, pick a fucking card. Who the fuck cares? But they're like narrowing it down, trying to pick, narrowing it down, trying to pick, narrowing down, trying to pick. Okay, I think this one's good. Finally, like we've been in the store for 3 hours. Finally, fine, great, we can go. You know, I'm not 100%. Why don't we think about this and come back to the store next week?
Oh no.
So like, fine. I'm like, I mean, nothing I can. I again. Getting married to their daughter, I can't. And like,
why don't I commit seppuku in the middle of this place?
My wife can make decisions pretty fast. Her parents can't, or just not as good at they're not as fast in making decisions. Whatever. So anyway, following weekend, we go back out to Long Island to go looking for things. We go to the wedding. We show up, and and also they were like, you should put a deposit down. Blah blah. We show up at the store. Do you remember the scene in Good Will Hunting? Where Ben Affleck shows up at the end and like Matt Damon has just moved out?
No.
Have you seen Good Will Hunting, Jay?
Yes. All I remember is how do you like them apples?
You know at the end of the movie where he shows up and his friend is just gone?
I don't remember that.
How the hell do you not? Do you know any reference or like anyone? How do you not know this?
Go on. Yes, I remember that part. Go on.
Fine. Fuck it. Fuck. I can't believe you don't know. You haven't seen do you not like Good Will Hunting?
I have. I saw it like 25 years ago.
Yeah, so I don't recall Forrest Gump. He had a box of candies. What are you talking about? But you don't recall basic major scenes in the movie?
I remember.
Also, why haven't you seen this movie recently?
I remember Jenny was the main villain. She was like worse than Thanos in that fucking movie.
She was. It could not. Producing Forrest Gump, they were like, "What is the most amazing thing that's gonna happen to Forrest? And can we give Jenny AIDS fast enough?"
Who was a bigger villain, Jenny or the bitch from Titanic?
I never saw Titanic, but I'm gonna go with the Jenny.
You never saw Titanic?
I'm admitting never to see Jay. What were you interested in seeing Titanic?
I was on a date.
Oh,
I was on a date, which is like 90% of like how guys saw Titanic.
Yeah, I remember a girl being like, "Oh my god, you haven't seen it!" Like around the time movie, like I'm gonna take you to the movie, and like we didn't go see it because who the fuck cares about seeing Titanic?
It wasn't a bad movie. It's just the woman is a supervillain.
Is she?
She's diabolical in the movie.
I don't think Jenny was a supervillain. I mean, like that's not the correct terms. Jenny was the most unfortunate character in maybe movie history.
No, she's a complete villain.
She's not a villain. They are so mean to her in that movie. Everything bad. Her dad beats and rapes her. Then she finds older guys to rape her. Like she does every drug in the book. She then gets AIDS. Like
Forrest Gump falls in love with her, and she's like, "Yeah, sorry, dude, I'm gonna leave. I'll come back when I'm dying of AIDS and just die in front of you."
Oh, Jay, I'm sorry. Were you gonna marry a retard?
He wasn't. He was just a little special.
Or was he? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry for using the R word. He
wasn't like a full retard. He was just a little off.
You want a half retard?
He was a half.
How do you think? Like when Tom Hanks was playing that movie, you're like, they're like, so you're gonna kind of go half retard, yeah, half retard. You know that was behind the scenes discussion.
Yeah, he wasn't like full retard. He wasn't like
He wasn't Corky from Life Goes On.
I was gonna say Ben Stiller's character from Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. That's the funnier, but
Although, would Forrest Gump be funny if he went like full like drooling retard?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't Waterboy. Remember when Adam Sandler made Waterboy and everyone was like, "That's fine."
Yeah, I didn't see that movie, but I saw the trailers.
Yeah, he just was an impression of a retarded character the entire time, and like
wasn't that like his
funny? But
wasn't that like his first 5 movies? He just talked in like a retarded baby voice.
I mean, it really like Waterboy was a whole other level.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, and like there's nothing. The other ones were like he was because the other ones he was not meant to be like he did the baby voice, was kind of annoying. It was funny, whatever. He just went full retarded in Waterboy.
Ah, okay.
I kind of think when they made Tropic Thunder, they were like, well, I mean, Adam Sandler they were kind of referring to Adam Sandler doing full retarded. Well, I guess they were talking about when you like win an Oscar. I don't know. There are lots of actors who go. I'm not discussing the joke in Tropic Thunder. Anyway, the point was at the end of Good Will Hunting. Spoiler alert for a movie 30 years old. Every morning he comes and picks up Matt Damon's character and they go to work and he says to him at some point in the movie kind of like he says like I one day I want to come here and you're not here anymore and you've gone off and like I'm happy because you've gotten out of this basically the dump of life we're living in.
Ah, and he got away.
I thought you would get this reference. I think the whole point was we showed up at the store. The store was empty. It was like a vacant lot, basically. It was like the store had never existed.
You got scammed by a wedding card store?
They were in full business, taking orders. We show up the next week. The store you peer in, it's like there was never a wedding card.
Did you have a down payment?
Thank God we did not have a down payment.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, how many companies have you got scammed by that just disappeared like later on?
It was foreshadowing the rest of our lives.
Right. You know what? It was the same people behind the water filter company. They just keep making shell companies to screw you over.
Fuck them. They're like, oh my God, you think you're getting a kitchen?
This guy thinks he's been drinking filtered water.
That really is amazing that we did not get Can I, Jay?
Yeah.
You do I'm gonna assume this, but maybe I'll ask.
Mm-hmm.
You have a kitchen in your apartment, right?
I do. Yeah.
You have a kitchen, okay?
Yeah.
What kind of refrigerator do you have?
Could see if I lean over, you could see it. There you go.
Oh, I do see it actually. I see you have a top bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you you can move over to the side a little bit for the video. I see you also have counters.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Why didn't you get a counter depth refrigerator?
What the fuck is a counter depth refrigerator?
Oh my fucking God, my misery. My misery.
Did you get scammed again?
I did. I got scammed by my goddamn fucking wife. This is how stupid this is. This is unbelievable. We are getting what they call a counter depth refrigerator. So essentially, yeah, you're looking at me, Jay's like,
I'm like, I don't even know. I've never heard this in my entire life.
What does this mean? How fucking dumb of a life do you live? That I'm going to tell you. So the idea is, if you look at refrigerator, there's like the black, like the main, like the side of it. I mean, the side. There's the main part, and then there's the doors, right?
Yes.
Like you turn around your refrigerator, the visual. You can kind of see there's the main part and then the door. And I from your visual right now, I can only see the door, but I can't see the rest of it sticking out. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A counter depth refrigerator means the refrigerator, only the door overlaps or goes over the counter. Like it's next to the counter. Our current refrigerator is longer than the counter. It's like the actual refrigerator, the box itself is a little bit longer than the counter, and then the refrigerator doors. The counter depth means it's a little more narrow, and the doors basically are kind of where the counter ends. So it's a more narrow refrigerator. For the purpose of this is obviously not to keep food in your refrigerator. The purpose of this is to have not like what a refrigerator is for, is that visually the style is that counter depth refrigerators look better because they don't stick out as much from the counters around it. Because you'll have counters on either side of it in your kitchen. aesthetically, it looks a little nicer.
So
I
it's not
guess.
as deep.
It's not as deep. Yes. Did I not say? Yeah. More
I,
narrow.
I was
not as
thinking
deep.
height
Sorry.
or width. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's the same. It's the same width. It's not as deep. The depth's a little bit less depth, basically. So it's not. So it doesn't stick out as much. Because God forbid someone comes into your kitchen and is like, "Oh my God, I see you have a refrigerator sticking out. You people must eat. How do you shove your face in public, keeping this much food in your house?"
I've lost so many friends being like, I can't be friends with some stupid dick who has a fridge that sticks out more than their counters.
We were talking about now getting our refrigerator. By the way, I don't know what you're like. If I go to your refrigerator right now, Jay, and I open it, is it full of food? How packed is it?
It's pretty full of food. Yeah.
Okay, it's full of food, and you just have 2 adults in you and your wife.
Yeah.
We have kids also. When you have kids and you put a lot of food to your home, like at least us, the refrigerator, we barely have enough room in our refrigerator right now, and we have a normal depth refrigerator. Yeah, we have normal depth, and we barely have enough room. We're moving now to a refrigerator that is smaller, less cubic space, because it looks aesthetically better. We have to get a second refrigerator somewhere else in our fucking house because my wife doesn't want people to come over and go, "Oh my God, your refrigerator! Why even redo your kitchen if we can kind of see a little more of your refrigerator? It looks horrible."
So you're getting a shallow depth refrigerator and a full. You're still getting the full house water filter.
No, we're not doing full house. That would we just said fuck it. We're just doing we're doing a reverse just on the sink. On the sink, we're gonna get a filter. I told you that one also, that the previous filter we had, they no longer make the filters for it.
Yes.
So now, actually, when people come over our house, they're like, "Oh, should I take from the filtered water?" We're like, "That's poison. You can't drink out of there. Please don't."
That's a very, very expensive fake filter.
Oh my God! My daughter had friends over, and they were drinking. She was just drinking out of it, and before my daughter could tell her not to, she's like, "This tastes weird." I'm like, "Yeah, you might have to go to the hospital."
I mean, we grew up drinking out of like garden hoses, so I think they'll be okay.
Oh my God! You know what? Also, this is so everything is just annoying in my kitchen. So because this filter broke, and my wife swears that if you touch Long Island water, you immediately get cancer. Like it's just like passing go and getting $200 in Monopoly. That's how fast you get cancer. So she's like, any water for our kids with their water bottles or filling water up, we were using the filter we had on the countertop, and that would fill up pretty fast. Now we use the filter on the refrigerator, which to fill a 32-ounce bottle of water,
it takes like 10 minutes. Yeah.
It's fucking insane. It's to the point my wife no longer can stand how long it takes, so she just buys extra bottles of water and keeps them in her closet. And I'm like, you're destroying. She's like, I can't. I'm like, you're destroying this is bad for the environment. The point, to get these water bottles. She's like, yeah, I just can't wait.
Did you point out that the kids were drinking from the fake water filter for like the last 10 years and they're still around?
Oh my God. Yeah. No matter what I point out, she's like, we have to buy organic strawberries. If we don't buy organic strawberries, the kids are going to get cancer. Well, they're like 11 and 13. They don't have cancer. So it's going to suddenly now they're going to get cancer from it.
I love this.
The only good thing about the organic strawberries, if you start buying, if you're someone that's buying organic fruit, you already know what the tariffs felt like. Because they take regular strawberries, make no difference in them whatsoever, and triple the price.
No, there is a difference. There is a difference. They go bad in about 36 minutes.
Holy shit. On the way back from Target, the organic fruit went bad.
You open the bag, it's just full of mold. You're like, oh, this is great.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm paying $5 a crate. Like, this is ridiculous.
Same with bread. I made like one sandwich, and I just have a loaf of mold.
It's unbelievable. We are now buying a refrigerator that probably will not be able to store all the food we keep in the house, which is just great. It's just making me thrilled. Plus, we did have tile floor in our kitchen. We're moving to wood because my wife wants to make sure the fact that our kids spill water all the time, she wants to make sure our floor gets ruined. So we have to buy a second floor. I don't know. She wants water damage in our floor. Everything she's doing in the kitchen makes me angry.
What if we got a floor that could warp?
Yes, exactly. You know how they have tile? Like, we've gone to like 3 different tile stores. They're like, we have every type of tile you could ever imagine. She's like, "Do you have one that looks and is wood?"
Do you have one that is gets affected by the only substance that could possibly hit it?
Oh my god! Like literally, we go through these things of tile. Everything of tile looks exactly the fucking same. She's like, "Okay, write this one down. I'm not sure about that." She brings home 12 samples. She holds them next to the kitchen floor, and she's like, "I don't know about these samples. I don't know." I'm like,
It's like the business card scene from American Psycho, where they're all
yes,
exactly.
It's like I'm like you're clearly trying to wear me down until I say fuck it, get the wood. So I was like, fuck it, get the wood. She's like, you don't want it. Of course I don't fucking want it. I just want you to shut the hell up and do something. I don't want the whole kitchen.
Do you want the eggshell one or the cream one?
It's exactly they're so. And she's explaining. I'm like, well, what about this one? She's like, there's too much going on. It's blank. It's just white. What do you mean there's too much going? What's going on? I can't even see it. I'm sorry.
I mean, I tell my wife that guys seeing like the 8-box Crayola crayon box, maybe the 16 box, that whole like 6428 color box is for women. We don't see that.
Yeah. I need like 12 colors. I don't need that many more colors.
Yeah.
I also am like, she's like, I'm not sure this will match with this. I'm like, I can barely match my pants and my shirt. Like, who cares?
Yeah, I don't know why I get brought along. I'm like, you're gonna pick what you want, and I'm just gonna agree with it.
Oh my god, I'm just like, I'm like. She's like, well, what do you think? I think you should make a goddamn decision. I don't give a shit. Okay.
I think I'm tired and I want to sit on the couch.
I think I hate this project so much.
At least it's expensive though.
Yeah, at least it's expensive. At least we're spending like a goddamn fortune on it. But like, so yeah, so the wooden floor. Also, by the way, there's another thing I was just thinking about, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is maybe gonna sound like well, it goes to the idea I live like where you make fun of me for living in a whatever
Mansion.
Yeah, it's really like the smallest mansion ever. But we do
still
have
a mansion though.
We do have a house cleaner once a week. Do you guys ever do you have a house cleaner?
No, of course you do, and of course I don't.
Of course you don't. Well, yeah, we have someone comes once a week.
I'm the house cleaner, and I don't get.
You are the house cleaner, okay?
I don't get paid.
Yeah, so we have a housekeeper come once a week. And they clean, they fold our laundry and whatever, and that makes the minute that like by the nightfall, by the time they've left, there are crumbs everywhere. My kids have half destroyed the house, and like for like I'd say she comes Thursday morning. By Saturday afternoon, I'm still trying to vacuum up the crumbs. By Sunday afternoon, I'm like, well, the housekeeper's coming on Thursday. Who fuck cares? Our house, like every week, like it's like halfway through the week, we're like, oh, no point in cleaning anymore.
Kids sound like a lot of fun.
They're just crumbs. It's unbelievable. I mean, well, we don't know what we're doing. So
kids are crumbs.
They are crumbs. I'm like, Liz, you're getting a new kitchen, so these kids can have a new kitchen to destroy.
Well, anyway, we should get wood so the crumbs get stuck in the cracks between the wood. That would be good.
Yes. Anyway, so I'm excited for my wooden floor and my counter depth refrigerator and every other dumb fucking thing we're doing.
Could you get a smaller microwave while you're at it, or maybe like a stove that takes longer to heat up? Or
we are getting a drawer microwave. Oh, here's the third thing I'm annoyed about. Not the mic. You never seen this drawer before? Instead of a microwave up top, or like one you have on the counter, it's like a drawer.
You can't be seeing that unsightly microwave. You gotta hide that shit.
Forbid. People like, they're like, how do you? I see you guys have a microwave. You're still into cooking, and you have a refrigerator. What is this barbarian house we're in?
Can we put our pots and pans in the drawer? No, the microwave's in there.
The biggest. So we don't have a lot of space for our kitchen. And
even better to take up that precious space with a microwave.
Oh my fucking god! So we have in our refrigerator off the counter. There's like a we have a table in the back of the kitchen. The kitchen is really not that big.
Yeah.
I've never invited Jay over because why would I invite Jay over? Sorry, Jay. One day you'll come over. But anyway, there's a there's a peninsula basically, a kind of a counter that comes off it, kind of side and like it's like a little bar area where like a little area where you could like you make your food. Like there's like a bar stools.
An island.
It's not an island though.
Okay.
It's a peninsula. An island would have like it's not connecting anywhere. A peninsula is connecting. And my wife was like, peninsulas are out. I need an island. Like who the fuck?
So now you're cutting off more counter space. So basically, you're getting remodeled to have less fridge, less counter space, and less
Oh.
shelf space.
So when we did our bathrooms and our closets and all that,
Did
they
you get
had
a
little
smaller toilet and a smaller?
we can't shit anymore.
I need this sink to have less depth.
We had in our house, we didn't put this there, but there was a side door outside out the kitchen. The side door goes to where the barbecue, where you can make where the barbecue grill is outside.
Okay.
It's on the side of the house. So it like logically like there's a door here, you open the door and there you can grill and then go back to the kitchen.
Mhm.
And like in theory, you could go out the front door and go around. This is not a very big area.
Mhm.
But anyway, so my wife always hated this side door. She's like, it's unsightly, it's ugly, it wasn't in the best shape. So when we redid the when we redid the everything else in our house, the other things, my wife was like, well, we got to redo the door too.
Of
I was
course.
like, well, fine. We're spending God knows amount of money anyway. So it's like she's like, so we spent like I don't know, maybe $1,500 to get a new door. I don't know how a new door is $1,500, but it was a nicer door, clearly nicer door. Put it in there in the kitchen. So as part of the kitchen project, getting rid of the door. In part of the kitchen project was we're enclosing the door. So 2 years ago we paid $1,500. Bye bye.
This is from a guy who bought toxic valve caps from China because they were $1 cheaper, and then his wife makes him spend $1,500 on a door.
On a disappearing door.
I just
A
imagine
disappearing-
you cringing. So like, I tried so hard to save like $3, and now we're spending $1,500 on this door.
Well, my wife, ever since COVID, basically, I've been doing haircuts at home instead of paying the $30 to get a haircut at a place. My wife's like, "You're so damn cheap." I'm like, I have to do that. You're spending $1,500 on this disappearing door and
Only,
$20 on salads for lunch.
Only 1,700 more haircuts, and we'll make up the price of the door in the fridge.
So the door area is being completely enclosed. There will have been no door there, or no $1,500 for that door. Great. It's just unbelievable. Anyway. So back to the peninsula. My wife was like, we cannot have a peninsula. We have to have an island. It was so important to her. But with our layout of our kitchen, to do an island, you basically had to make it a pretty small island because you couldn't you didn't have it just wasn't the space to, basically she was left doing a peninsula in a different part of the kitchen. Like we have a peninsula now going off. We've gotten rid of the kitchen table and made the kitchen table into a peninsula. That's her solution.
What if we got an archipelago?
I don't know. It also is set up now like where you have to have 3 people on one side and one. I don't know. And the last part, and we can move off my kitchen in a second. Part of my kitchen project. So next to the kitchen, we have it's like a 2,000 square foot house. It's not a huge house. A lot of people will have a coat closet, right?
Yeah.
Our coat closet is packed to the brim with coats, and the floor is like there's 3,000 sneakers. No matter what we do to clear out sneakers, it just seems like it's always a disaster. We need a better sneaker system. Anyway, so as part of the kitchen project, we're losing half that closet.
For the island?
For the
The peninsula?
Currently, we have a pantry that sticks out from the wall, and God forbid people see a pantry sticking out from the wall.
Oh my God.
They'll be like, "Oh my God!"
You guys store your
Refrigerator,
food?
A microwave. You have a peninsula. You store food in your kitchen. You fucking animals.
Absolute Neanderthals.
Get out of our neighborhood. Burn this house to the ground. So anyway, so now we have to have a pantry that goes into the wall, and the only space you could really take was from the closet we were storing our shoes and coats.
What if you invited me over and I went, "Oh, that's your kitchen? Interesting." Would your wife lose her mind?
My wife's plan is just she's like, what if we can make our entire kitchen experience inconvenient?
I'm just looking forward to the podcast 2 years from now when she's like, "I don't really like walking around the house to get to the barbecue. What if we put a door?"
Yes, exactly. Well, in theory, we're putting countertop in front of that, so we're using that space now, which I guess was that. It added some counter and some cabinetry by doing that.
Just knowing how cheap you've been in the past and all of this that's happening makes this story so much funnier.
I admit I'm a little. I've also told you many years ago. At one point, my father-in-law was telling a story, trying to relate something to me, and he did it by going, "So Mark, you'll appreciate that. You're cheap," and he just goes on with the story. And we were like, wow. I'm not this cheap. You can just say it like that. I mean, you're correct, but like, come on, you kind of dance around it a little bit.
You're just thrifty or frugal.
You're thrifty. I think he actually used the word thrifty, not cheap. But
Okay.
the way he said it, we were like, my wife and I were like, yeah, that wasn't good. Anyway, so my kitchen is gonna be just so. I cannot wait to do the kitchen. Like, we're gonna move our actual current refrigerator into the garage and eat in the garage basically for a month and a half while I do this kitchen.
A garage fridge.
Well, we have to move it there until they like, you have to have, when they're doing your kitchen, you need another place to put your stuff. So
Oh, okay. That's not like
not permanently. It's just more they like, we'll move your microwave, your like refrigerator, we'll move everything into your garage. Like, you'll keep your car out of the garage and you'll have a place to
Oh, okay. I was
store
like,
stuff.
is the next step having like a half disassembled car in the middle of your lawn, or?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it's just like a temporary, like, you still probably need food in your house when you're doing this. So
Yeah.
other people would move like the refrigerator into the basement, but the garage probably makes, with our setup, it's probably a more logical move.
Okay. This
Especially-
I'm sure this is making you just so happy.
Fucking, I mean, like, it's also like when we moved into our house, and now I'm doing therapy. When we got our house, my wife's like, "Oh, perfect. This is like, the house is perfect. We don't. Like, the good thing is we don't have to do any work to the house, and so like while we're paying this really high price, or whatever more than you want to spend, we're done with the house, so we're good."
Moving
10
ready.
years later, there's not a square inch that will have not been done by us.
Awesome.
Awesome. But anyway, how are you doing, Jay?
I'm doing all right.
You any plans to waste money soon?
Not soon. No. The
Oh, so go on.
no. Go ahead.
Can you play my TikTok video? Unless you have something else you want to do. Something you want to talk about,
I
Jay?
can play your TikTok video. I'm not sure.
No,
if
no,
it's-
to talk about. No, I'm taking another conversation. So you do your
that's
thing, and
totally
then we'll go to
fine.
my TikTok video.
Your video started with in the year 1988. I don't know if it's gonna play that audio, but I got the rest.
Okay, but just before I even play it, I just want to say so. Around the time of those space
In the year
plasmoids in the sky, and we're
strange
like, what's going on with these
in the
UFOs in
year
New Jersey?
Yeah.
1988.
Oops, sorry. Yep.
Okay, so I started on TikTok watching some videos on that. Because I watch the videos on that, TikTok feeds you whatever you're watching, and so I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the UFOs. Obviously not UFOs, but so like it gives me all these like I get like a lot of like, you get like, you scroll, you get like funny comedian, hot chick, and now I get like random conspiracy theory. And like one I kept seeing was like, you see the flat Earth videos and blah blah. So this one is a new level of conspiracy theory that I saw the other day. I wanted to you to see how fucking batshit crazy some of this shit is.
Okay. This is called the 1988 anomaly.
Yeah. And Jay, were you alive in 1988?
I was, yeah.
Okay, me too. So let's go. Let's do it.
Okay.
In the year 1988, a strange phenomenon swept across the globe, one that went unnoticed by the public but caused ripples through the fabric of reality. It was the year humanity faced an unrecorded extinction, and everything we know today is built on the echoes of that lost world.
Wait, there was an extinction in 1988.
Yes. We
Oh.
all went extinct in 19. If this is not like the Mayan 2012, like the extinction's coming. This is it already happened.
But everyone
We're-
forgot to record it.
We're
collectively.
not aware that it happened, but we're all extinct. We were
Wait.
all extinct.
I
but-
want to hear more. Wait a second.
Yes.
A small group of internet theorists, known as the Anomaly Truthers, believed that in 1988, a catastrophic event erased humanity. This event was so devastating that it caused a reset in the timeline, a glitch that the universe itself scrambled to fix. They claim this is why so many people experience the Mandela effect, because our collective consciousness is trying to reconcile the inconsistencies between pre- and post-1988 realities. The surge in 80s nostalgia isn't just cultural. It's a subconscious effort by those who lived through the anomaly to remember the lost world. This is why new generations, even those born decades later, feel an inexplicable connection to the 80s.
This doesn't even make sense. Everybody died,
Wait,
but
you're
they're
saying the theory about the world having gone extinct while we were all paying attention doesn't make sense.
But it's like everybody died, and they're nostalgic for the time that they weren't around for.
Is the video over?
No, there's like 10 seconds left. I
Yeah,
don't just,
okay, fair. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else.
They're resonating with the echoes of a past that's imprinted on the human psyche. What if our 80s nostalgia and moments of deja vu are more than whims of the mind, but whispers of a forgotten past.
Okay, so basically, this catastrophic event, this I'm reading from AI. There was a massive yet subtle event destroyed the original Earth, forcing the universe to balance itself by creating a new, albeit imperfect version. The clone Earth. This new Earth is one we currently inhabit, with the theory suggesting that our memories and experiences are echoes of the original.